At the John, focus on making sure that we partner up with great organizations. Great organizations like St. Jude's, great organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, our friends at Warriors for Freedom, our friends at Force 50 Foundation, which provides veterans the health care that they need. As you can see, we are the safety net at the John Daly Major Ed Foundation to make sure that no one gets left behind on the field of battle and that you're taken care of in the home front. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Hoorah!
Do you have what it takes? The United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is searching for amateurs of all skill levels to play for Team USA and compete against an international field in the King's Cup, a 54-hole match play event at Glasson Golf Club in Athlone, Ireland. When you win your flight at the USGC King's Cup National Championship, you become a part of Team USA at the King's Cup in the spring of 2022. The road to the King's Cup begins with a national qualifier. Learn more at usgolfchallenge.com for all the details.
Look what I just ordered. This trip is going to be great.
Bring enjoyment back to your game with golfknickers.com. Traditional golf knickers in bold colors and plaids, all with same-day shipping. Over 100 different socks and matching sweaters. Perfect for corporate outings, weddings, and special events.
Thanks, golfknickers.com, for making our tournament such a success.
Make your experience memorable.
Best time ever.
Call today for a free catalog.
Welcome back to Big Golf Talk and BGT-TV, right here on Lake County, not Lake County, but Nathan Family Radio, iHeartRadio. It's that cheese sausage, cheddar sausage that I just had at the house. You had a nice little meal there, nice little turkey sandwich and Diet Coke with no ice and me with an iced tea. You know, that halfway house is awesome, isn't it?
It sure is. I want to go back. Can we hurry up so I can go back on hole 19? You know what I mean?
Oh, the segment is sponsored by golfknickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. You know, they have knickers for the ladies, for the men, and for the kids. Why not get a set of matching golf knickers, and maybe you can play in the PNC Championship in those golf knickers. Golfknickers.com, enter promo code BIGS, B-I-G-G-S, and get additional 10% off. Additional, even on their sale prices, even on any other code, you get additional 10% off. Same day shipping is available, by the way. So,
I was just playing with my golf knickers.
There you go.
Hell yeah! I love my golf knickers. I look good in Billy Blue golf knickers.
Yes, you do. You do.
Hey, oh my God! You gave me a
I was impressed because the first time I ever saw you in golf knickers was at Mackinac Island.
Yes.
That was the very first time I ever saw you in golf knickers.
Yep.
And the key thing, folks, is when you order these golf knickers, they are true to size, for one thing. So they go by height. So if you're 5'5", order the 5'5". Don't think you need longer ones or other things. Because if you order larger, it's not really going to look good. But if you order right to your size, oh my God, how they feel and everything else. And, you know, we need to get golf knickers for our next guest. I wonder how he would look in golf knickers. Steve McMillan is joining us from the Golfing Dads.
I guarantee I wouldn't look as good as Billy in golf knickers. I can tell you that. And by the way, the best halfway house that I've been to is the pimento cheese hot dog at Tobacco Road.
Huh, really?
Melted pimento cheese on top of a hot dog. Just telling you right now, it's close to being as good as that golf course was, because that golf course was awesome.
Nice. You know, speaking of food, only because you guys brought up the food and everything, I wasn't. I've been talking with, going back and forth with Diana DeLuca from
Golf Kitchen.
So
she's been on us because we have been.
Well, she's gonna be on next week's show
to do the deviled eggs, and we tried it once. It was just a disaster, but we got to really do it again, and video and all that stuff. And the video wasn't very good, and but we're going to try and get it done again. It's just Bill and I are just been busy, super busy, this whole season, both on a personal side and on a business side and all that stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, I love reading my golf kitchen magazine, the cookbook that I have, and trying to match up the recipes that the chefs at certain golf courses have, and certainly want to try. I mean, the easiest one I think out of that golf kitchen magazine is the deviled eggs.
Yeah, well, she's going to be on the show. She's going to be talking about a lot of new things that are happening in 2022 next week, because there's a lot of stuff coming. There's going to be food, awards, and maybe even a golf tournament. You're going to have to stay tuned. Listen next week when Diana's.
I think I need this cookbook is what I think I need. I think I need to get my hands on this cookbook.
She's had a cookbook, magazines, and she travels the world basically, and all these restaurants, these private clubs that have amazing restaurants in them, and these chefs that just go outside the box. So yeah, she had a lot of good information, and she does a lot of good things. So I'm looking forward to next week.
Awesome.
Also loving, I have right now in front of me, I'm not drinking coffee at the halfway house. I got some iced tea in my Team Gamez Foundation.
Down here in my neck of the woods, huh?
Yes.
Absolutely. My neck of the woods, Central Florida.
I was looking for my special fortune. I can't find it.
Your special fortune?
My fortune. Remember the thing I have from my fortune cookie?
Yeah.
I know it's somewhere over here. I was showing it to you and
Amanda
before we turned. So yeah, I'm off the screen for those that get to see this next week. But I can't find my fortune cookie little thing.
Well, I mean, you could maybe look for that. But Steve, before we went into and headed into the commercial break and made the turn there, and Amanda, myself, and Bill the Golffather Cuevas was talking about the state of golf and where the future is right now. And after watching the PNC Championship, I'm more comfortable than ever that the future certainly is bright for the professional tour and beyond. And listening to the crowd cheer on these young kids, and everyone from Charlie to be, the youngest as he was, to JD2, Arkansas's very own, and just to see, Matt Kuchar's kid in there, Nick Faldo and his family in there, and the other young people in there, Ian Poulter and his kid being excited about taking a picture with Charlie. I mean, just to see the friendships and the bonds already develop at this young age. In your opinion, Steve McMillan, the state of golf, professionally and amateurly, listening to the crowd cheer these young crowd cheering on these young people, I think golf right now is in a good place.
I agree with you that I think golf's in a great place. This morning we had that announcement, and it's been floating around that they may be moving the Super Bowl from California to Texas. Got announced this morning. And you think about a game that's played outside right now with everything that's going on in our world, the game that we can all go out and enjoy, and a game that, when I think the only challenge that I have is when you look at it, from a professional standpoint, I think the game's in a great spot. I think it would be even beyond that. Tiger doesn't move the needle. Tiger is the needle, as we all know. So Tiger coming back and playing at the PNC is great. I think the challenge is, where do we see Tiger next? And he's talked about he's not going to be able to play a full schedule. Do we see him at Augusta? Can he walk the hills at Augusta? And then that's a $25,000 question I don't think any of us have the answer to right now. I wish I had a crystal ball to give you that answer. But I think that when you look at where's the game going to go in the future, I think the game's in really good hands. I think my fear is, the one fear I have is, let's not take 4 steps back. The driver length, in cutting the driver length, and you can't have 48-inch drivers, and maximizing the driver length and things like that. At the professional level, I understand, and they're trying to regulate the golf ball. I think when the 3 of us go out and play, or any of our friends, and when we're out there socially, when they got rid of the belly putter, for example, in the anchoring, when they did the anchoring ban, and all the people said, oh, you're cheating if you were still using one. Well, are you playing for $2 million on the PGA Tour? Are you playing for what they're playing for and trophies and everything else? If not, go out and have fun. Play the game as you want to enjoy it.
Right. Yep.
I think making the game more, any chance you have to make the game more accessible, not minimize and put into small groups and take away from the game, and to make it accessible for everybody. Let everybody come out and enjoy the game of golf. And I've played this game since I was 3. My grandfather taught me how to play. My dad plays. I get to play with my dad. The other day, I actually played golf here in town. Had my kids on the golf course with me. My youngest is really excited about learning how to play. My oldest could care less, and I'm not forcing it. But I think for me, the idea that if you look at where is the game going, what's the game doing? You have Major League Baseball that is, and it's really not impacting baseball. I know, Biggs, you appreciate the game of baseball too. Baseball itself is currently locked out.
Yeah.
You look at, football. I'm a bigger college football fan than I am NFL fan. That's just my birthday.
Same here.
I enjoy the passion around college football versus the NFL game. I love college basketball. I think college basketball is great to watch. It's fun to watch. But like when I sit down and watch TV lately, and I'm really excited, ESPN Plus now has PGA Tour Live. So now we've got, I literally before Billy called me today, I literally had it on my phone. I was watching from Hawaii. First week for ESPN Plus covering PGA Tour Live. So I think there's a lot of good things in making it more accessible for people to watch the game of golf and enjoy the game of golf. I just hope that the powers that be don't make the game too difficult for the average player. And the players that go out there and say, we need to limit the driver length to 46 inches. We need to do this. Like Brooke Henderson's going through that right now because she carries a 48-inch driver.
Well, Steve, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
We had this conversation. Bill and I had this conversation with Amanda about. So I'm going to take baseball for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, baseball essentially has 4 set of rule books.
Yep.
Now those rule books are Little League, OBR, official baseball rules, National Federation, High School Association rules, and NCAA rules.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those are your 4 main rule books, and each set of rules has different rules to suit that division.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think, and I've said this before, and I'd like to get your opinion on this. I think there should be 2 separate set of rules, one for professionals and one for amateurs. Unfortunately.
Sorry to cut you off, Biggs, but I'm 100% in favor of that. Part of me has never understood why the PGA Tour allows an outside body. Could you picture if Major League Baseball didn't make their own rules, or the NFL didn't make their own rules? And now we have the USGA and the RNA, which are 2 independent bodies coming together to make rules for the rules of golf. And the scary part about that is the professional game is what, 1% of 1% of the people that play golf. When you look at the amount of people that play golf, I think that when you look at what we all do every day, playing, whether you play at a private club, whether you play municipal golf, whether you're playing resort golf, whether you're playing in Orlando, anywhere, or whether you're traveling on vacation, you're playing, our goal should be to go out there and have fun and play golf. And, I play in tournaments, and when Billy doesn't show up, we still win. But
that's because I prayed.
Is that what it was? You prayed? Okay, good.
I prayed and you guys won. That's what it was.
So he used his soul
Yes.
to help you guys win.
I asked God for a favor.
I think the idea that golf now is at a point where it was, even when St. Andrews was founded and the RNA founded St. Andrews and all of that came about, to the USGA and the 120 years or so of the USGA at this point, going back, I think we're at a point now in 2022. I almost said 2021 there, but I think we're at a point in 2022 where, I really think we need to take a long, hard look at the PGA Tour probably needs to come up with their own set of rules and not put, okay, we're going to do a local roll off of this, or we're going to do a local roll. Like, if you're the PGA Tour, you are golf. I mean, we all know, and the things that we talk about, and here in 2 weeks, we're going to have some long conversations with people at the PGA show.
Yeah.
PGA show, is a great time, but what moves the needle for golf is what you see on Sunday. Tiger Woods showing up with that stealth driver at the PNC. You think TaylorMade didn't want that in his bag when he said he was going to commit to playing in that? Like, they needed that in his bag from a marketing standpoint, from a dollars and cents standpoint, because they launched it this week and they wanted it to sell. So, I think that there's a point where we all need to really take a long, hard look at golf and say, are the USGA and the things that they're doing with the RNA the right decisions to be made at the PGA level, the LPGA level, the Champions Tour level, I'll even go so far as to say that the highly competitive, NCAA level, or the USGA runs the USAM, obviously. But when you look at these players that are going through this development program, whether it's, the Colin Morikawas of the world that were, playing highly competitive college golf, and now look at, 2 majors and everything else, Victor Hovland, is there something that needs to be done at that level for these players that's different than the 3 of us going out and grabbing a fourth and saying, come on, let's go out and put a tee in the ground and let's have some fun? We're not going to play the golf course at 7,300 yards. I mean, Billy might be able to. He's big and strong. But, I mean, I know that I don't have fun playing 7,300 golf courses anymore. I really don't. Even with as far as the golf ball flies and what the technology has done. I just don't do it. Like, I want to go out there. I want to have fun. Maybe make a Tito's transfusion. I'll give you a plug for Tito's vodka there.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a transfusion or something. I think exactly.
Hey, they heard. Good job, producer.
I don't know if anybody watched last night on the Golf Channel that short course thing that they did with Manolo as the commentator. It was on at 7:00 last night on the Golf Channel. And Manolo and Belen Mozo were the commentators, and you had Pat Perez, Harry Higgs, Joel Damon, and Harold Varner III out playing a par 3 course in Austin. Nice. Well, you have Manolo, who we all know. I mean, he's come on the scene and done a great job of being funny and helping grow the game of golf and attract people to the game. And I'm going to give him a ton of credit because he's done a great job. But I think that there's those things where people can go out and they can have fun, and whether it's play a par 3 course or, here in Orlando, Orange Lake Resort has a lit par 3 course. You can play under the lights at night and have some fun and just go out and, have a good time. Like, any chance you get to go and play golf, any chance you get to grow the game of golf, you shouldn't be singling people out. And I think that the game itself, as we all know, isn't easy.
No.
It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of practice. So at the amateur level, how many of those people are going to end up, again, making it to the PGA Tour? 1% of 1% make it to the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour, Champions Tour, whatever, wherever they get to, Korn Ferry Tour. I think the challenge that you get is, how do you make this fun for even my kids, even kids down the line? How do you make it fun for women to play the game of golf? How do you make it fun make it easy?
And yet still have a guidance of what the rules of the game is as well, right? So, it just needs to be. I just think PGA Tour needs to concentrate on PGA Tour, LPGA Tour needs to concentrate on LPGA Tour, and you have all these. I want to say the USGA. Yeah, you have some restrictions on some equipment and the ball and the conforming of the ball, whatever the case might be. As far as performance in the pro tours, just like the long drivers, essentially, hey, you want to hit a 55-yard, long, but under the USGA with the 48-inch, I'm wondering, will the long drive tour adapt within their own system? No, we are. We could go beyond that 48-inch.
I think that since the Golf Channel bought Long Drive and then folded Long Drive, I think Long Drive, from what we knew it was from the days of Maurice Allen and his Ric Flair impersonation, and Kyle Berkshire and all these guys that bring some flair to the game, I think, again, Critter runs his tour, and Critter's a great guy, but it's not going to be even at the height of what it was when they were on the Golf Channel, since the Golf Channel basically folded World Long Drive. So what's going to happen to World Long Drive? At the end of the day, in 1998, Nike made the commercial that said "Chicks dig the long ball" with Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa, and they had the Braves players in there. We don't go to watch golf tournaments to watch somebody hit it 240 off the tee in the air and not have it going. And we go to see Bryson hit it 320 yards. Let's just call it what it is. I want to see somebody hit it further than I can hit it. I want to see somebody be able to hit it long and straight and marvel at that aspect of it.
Well, that's the other thing too, is you got to look at it on a marketing standpoint, is what will sell tickets to PGA Tour events? What will sell tickets to LPGA events? Is it watching these players hit it, just out of this world long, over water at Bay Hill, on a hole that, has never been done before? Those are things that make your mouth drop and like, wow.
You guys have been to Bay Hill. I know you have, because I know you did the Kings Cup at Bay Hill.
Did I tell you what happened at Bay Hill?
What happened at Bay Hill?
We were on the 18th hole, right? And I grabbed my wedge, right? And when I went, I grabbed my wedge, and I was about 50 yards out, and I hit it perfectly, and it hit.
No, I know we're supposed to take a break, but
that wasn't right. I was telling my story. You tell that producer that when I get back to the studio, he's gonna be fired and get beat up. I'm gonna beat him up.
The moral of that story is I hit a shot.
Yeah, exactly. I hit a beautiful shot, 50 yards out, went right into the hole.
And with that said, we do have to take a break. Steve, listen, appreciate you coming on and talking.
Always. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Like shout out to your website, golfingdads.com. That's the website, right?
I look forward to seeing you guys in 2 weeks.
What you got going on for 2022, my friend?
Busy. I'm caddying at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions on the LPGA Tour. So that's starting the year off with a bang. And then the following week's the PGA show, where I look forward to sitting down and seeing you guys. And, there's a couple events we've got planned that week I know that we're going to be at. So I'm looking forward to a fun week that week, and then just kind of seeing where it goes.
Nice.
I've got I'm actually this Sunday, I'm going to meet our friend Lee from Wedge FX. We're going to play some golf, and I've got some new, I've got my new clubs coming in.
Nice.
My new sub 70s with Bagger Vance quotes on them. So I'm pretty pumped about getting those in the bag. Just kind of seeing where the year goes, and hopefully you get to come back on here and harass Billy, because that's always a good time. And hopefully, Billy. And my goal is to spend some more time with you, maybe out in the desert playing some golf at some point this year.
There you go. Come on out here. That's right.
And we'll have some fun. So that's kind of always the goal, and that's pretty much it. So just staying busy.
Billy, our producer, has asked me to ask you, are you willing to swear on a stack of Bibles that you birdied the hole on the 18th hole at Bay Hill?
I will absolutely swear that you hit that shot on the 18th at Bay Hill. Absolutely.
I just want to know, did Billy try and take the Bryson line on 6? I just need to.
I will take the Bryson line on 6. Absolutely.
Okay. I want to know if it clears half the lake. That's all I want to know.
Twice.
More coming your way right here on Big Golf Talk. We'll be right back.